We have been learning a lot about the pattern blocks. I just want to make sure that you remember what the pattern blocks are called. Okay, it's very important that you know the names of these shapes. So I became a teacher because I've always had a connection with children since I was a child. You know, Maya, I really like how you raised your hand and you didn't say, "Ooh, I know." You just raised your hand quietly. What is that? A square. My students, by the end of the year, are more and more comfortable taking risks in their own learning. I think that children are going to be more interested in learning if they can relate it to their own lives.
Do you know why I'm ready to my daddy?
No, I didn't read it yet. Can you read it to me?
Dear Daddy, I miss you a lot. But don't worry, I am at school and I am lucky because I get to do any writing thing I want. Love, your daughter, Celia.
And to be authentic would mean that you can relate it to your own life and to really be in control of your own learning.
Michael Engelhardt teaches inner-city children ages 5 through 8 at the Intergenerational School, or TIS, a public charter school in Cleveland, Ohio. Day by day, Michael builds a civil, active learning community.
Ask yourself this question: am I sitting
where students become more and more self-directed in both learning and behavior.
Like I've said before, to really be in control of your own learning.
Effective teaching depends on effective classroom management. Learning in a group depends on the civility of individuals.
I have to compliment you on your listening. Really listen well to each other. I think the first thing is having clear instruction. Diamond, move down a little bit. Okay. That can help to eliminate behavior problems. I also think that building relationship with the student with all the students is very important. And they always know how to cheer you up. But they also tell you the truth, said Martha with a smile. So they know that I value them and that I respect them and that they will do the same back to me and also to their classmates. So at the beginning of the school year, it's really important to start with community building activities. What do you learn about in that book, Mano?
I learned that they speak Spanish.
Ah, okay, so that book teaches you some words in Spanish, doesn't it? Okay. Would you like to tell us anything else about it?
I want to show you a picture.
Oh, great. Which one are you going to show us?
This one.
Okay. That would include sharing and a lot of listening to each other so the students learn how to respect each other.
At the Intergenerational School, TIS teachers like Michael use Howard Glasser's Nurtured Heart, an approach that focuses almost exclusively on positive behaviors of children.
I introduce the Nurtured Heart first thing on the first day of school. So if the children are working and I hear the noise level go way up, what I try to do is notice the children who are working quietly and working independently. And I'll say that directly to that student. Jordan, you know, I noticed that you were raising your hand during the story and you weren't calling out, which was really thinking about other people because you didn't want to interrupt the story. So what would you like to say now? But then the other students hear me and they want me to say that to them too. You're being great role models by facing forward and crisscrossing your legs. Demetrius, I like how you're walking and not jumping through the classroom.
Kaya, I know how to do it.
The Nurtured Heart approach is proactive rather than reactive. It continually notices and comments on healthy student attitudes and choices, like cooperation, respect, and self-control.
Good walking, Jordan. Really showing self-control. Sonia, Kaya, and Mano, you're all following the directions. You have your books right down in front of you. And you're
to
not
notice
touching
the
them.
few that are doing the right
Sienna.
thing. And then the other students want me to notice them also.
Now, that doesn't always work. So that's where I would use a reset, which is literally an opportunity for the student to reset and calm down and try again. They're not in trouble. I'm not mad at them. I'm not yelling at them. I calmly and simply say reset. And they know, because of what I've taught them, that the reset is a really good chance for them to try to make a better choice.
Set, reset.
Sometimes we need to have a class reset.
Mr. Englehart's class, reset. Everybody reset. Everybody reset. The instruction was to stay in your seat. So some children were getting out of their seat, and we needed to all take a reset. So I'd like you to think about what you should do.
And because it's not a punishment, because it's not something that you're getting in trouble for, it's okay that everyone just does that.
But most resets are issued individually and subtly. Here, Dylan is about to receive a reset, even as Michael stays focused on a writing lesson and Zeke.
Under.
Under. Dylan, reset at your seat.
And can I put the beehives up?
Michael doesn't stop class momentum with energy-draining reprimands. He doesn't reward negative behavior in attention-seeking students. He continues his lesson, inserting an occasional reset without missing a beat.
What does over start with?
O.
O, because it's O. Right. Okay, and then Zoe reset. We have the word what, Dylan? What word is this?
Take a nap.
Got back in time to take a nap. I really like that one, Zoe. I think we're going to use that one.
And I explain the reset in a way that makes it neutral, so it's not a bad thing.
2 feet is frog.
Bishop reset.
And they simply go to a table and sit with their head down for 1 minute. And if they're sitting quietly, I will see that. I will say restart, and they'll come right back to the group.
As with resets, restarts are in passing, so as not to interrupt instruction.
Let's make sure when we read it, Bishop restart, that we have, well, legit, you're going to help with this. In time to take a nap.
Randy, restart. Excellent.
Jordan, restart.
And when I explain it to them, I say, it's like when you reset a video game. If you mess up in the video game, you get to reset and start again. And they all understand that.
The nurtured heart is more about a sense of student identity than a list of classroom rules.
I don't post the rules. I don't think there's anything wrong with posting the rules.
You can put your hands like Sonya's doing. It's a really good choice, Sonya, and then you're not tempted to touch your book.
But I think the difference is when I'm noticing and telling the children what they're doing right, it's helping them to realize what kind of person they are.
Arya, I like how you're holding that and waiting for Jadarian to finish until you take your turn.
To realize that they are a good person or a responsible person or a considerate or respectful person. And I think that's more meaningful.